Hello, amiibros. This is Jason of Game.Shocks, and welcome to my predictions for the 2023 Game Awards. So, I'm pretty excited to be doing this video, as I did a prediction video last year for that year's Game Awards, after a long absence of not doing them, and I had some fun, and I had a lot of fun streaming it to everyone, and here we are, doing it again, just 1 year later. So yeah, I don't really have much to like really talk about with like this intro. All it is just like I'll just say that this year's games that were nominated, or like most of them, are like really exciting to be predicting. Now I will say this: last year, is the Game Awards like this end all be all show where like Jeff Keighley's like the greatest thing to ever exist, or like the Game Awards themselves are perfect and will be the savior of the universe? No, but I'm just here to have some fun and just predict like my favorite video game stuff, and just see, just have fun and just crack some jokes while this orange Game Awards statue keeps spinning constantly. But yeah, let's enough talk. Let's get to predicting. So now let's start. So I did look at like all the categories. There might be some stuff that I like forget for some of the categories, but all I know, but at least one thing that I know for sure is that the most nominated games this year are Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2. Oh yeah, there's a nice front view of the of the statue. Now I don't think there's any new categories this year, so yeah. But let's start with predicting by starting with all of my favorite categories, the esports categories, because
they are the best categories and you must submit.
Well, I will submit my vote, but not submit to these categories being the greatest. Best esports event. Now, I have no idea with any of these esports categories. By the way, I am signed in. Look at my nice little logo. Just being up there. Let's see. Recognizing an event across single or multiple days that delivered a best-of-class experience for participants and the broadcast audience. I have no idea. Honestly, these kind of look like almost exactly the same nominees as last year, because I remember EVO was last year, and like the Valorant champions, and most of these. This one's new, but I have no idea. So I'm just going to say this one. I have no idea. And also, unlike last year, I will actually be voting on these, and you can actually see me voting on them in real time, so that's nice. Keep voting. You voted for this category. Thank you. Let's see, next category. We'll get through these quick. It's just like, I want to be fair and like not judge, but I'm going to like predict every single category to the best of my knowledge. Best esports coach. The esports coach judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023. All of these guys except, from what I heard, this guy, XTQZZZ. It just sounds like I just like randomly type stuff on the keyboard and that's your username. I heard he wants to get his name requested off because he didn't coach anything, but I'm gonna go with Potter because I've been into Harry Potter lately. Next category. What is the next category? Oh, no, wait, I already went that way. I gotta get used to, like, going to previous, because we're at, like, the bottom categories. It's like they know. Best esports team. Recognizing a specific esports team, not the full organization, judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023. Who has the best name? That's really what I go off of, just what's the best name. I'm just gonna go with JD Gaming because it has my initials on it, so sure. I didn't mean to put even more orange there, but let's see. Alright, best esports athlete. The esports athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023, irrespective of genre. Let's see, again, who has the best name? Faker. I think this is the third. Is this like the third time I've seen Faker's name on here? Because I think didn't he win last year? Or no, I think he won the year before, and I think Simple won, but Simple's not here anymore. So I'm going to go with, since Simple had a 1 in his name, I'm going to go with Demon 1. Because, sure, my thought process is, like, is something. Best esports game. I think this is the last one before we get to all the big boy categories. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. So let's see. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, PUBG MOBA. People still play PUBG. And Valorant. I guess since like Counter-Strike 2 is the most recent game on here, I'll just go with Counter-Strike 2. I really don't know. Also, I gotta say, these cards look nice. It's orange and black. It's a nice combo. Alright. Big boy category. Oh, no, wait, never mind. Okay, we just got one more. I forgot about this category. I'm not gonna lie. Content Creator of the Year. For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2023. Okay, now I'll be honest. I don't really know any of these guys except for Quackity. Only because I think he's a part of the Dream SMP. So, and that's literally the only reason I know about Quackity. Like, without that, I would not know any of these guys. I mean, actually, Iron Mouse looks maybe a little familiar. But, alright. Big boy time for real. For real this time. Alright, most anticipated game. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstratedly illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Oh, and by the way, before I predict these, feel free to put your predictions in the comments. I would love to see what you guys predict. Alright, so nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Yakuza, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. I'm not going to lie, these picks make it seem like 2024 is not going to be that exciting of a year. Well, these two especially are going to make it at least a little more exciting. But it's just kind of weird that we have Star Wars and Yakuza in here. But I mean, it's not bad that like Yakuza is here. But I don't know where my point's going. But either way, I'm gonna go with Hades 2 because I loved Hades, and to see getting a sequel is just gonna be like the coolest thing ever. Also, same with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm looking forward to this game as well. And you know what else makes this game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, cool? It's releasing on a leap year. So that's for all the people born on February 29th. All right, best adaptation. So this is still like their newest category, and let's see. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. So we have Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of want the Game Awards to one day like split this category into like TV shows and movies, because they're always just going to give it to TV shows like every time. Now, if it was like my vote, if I was like picking one personally, like my heart would say would say the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but I think we all know The Last of Us is going to win. Now, if it was for movies, the Super Mario Bros. Movie would win, especially because like how well it did at the box office. But since TV shows are here, I'm going with The Last of Us. Like, there's nothing that's like more critically acclaimed in terms of a video game adaptation than The Last of Us. So I'm going with Last of Us. Alright, best multiplayer. Sponsored by Discord. And also, anyone who does this category, you have to mention that it's sponsored by Discord. Just sponsored by Discord.
It's the law.
For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. So we have Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, I don't know what the hell this game is, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. All these are pretty like cool, except for Party Animals. I don't know what that is. I don't really know what to pick. I mean, I'm probably gonna be really wrong on this. I'm just gonna go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, just because that's what I've played recently, and that game is a lot of fun in multiplayer. And just like, you know, Mario multiplayer is always fun. Doesn't even matter what it is. It is a wonder that it's a fun multiplayer. Actually, not really. Everyone knows Mario multiplayer is fun. All right, best sports/racing game. This category is always easy every single year. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game. So we have FC24, not even FIFA anymore. F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest. Alright, so here's what this is usually what I boil it down to every year when I predict the Game Awards. Don't know. Likely trash. I have no idea. Heard it's good. Winner. Hold on, let me click out of this. Heard it's good. Completely forgot it existed. Honestly, this category should just be called the Forza Award, because every time a Forza game gets nominated or just releases, it's the winner. Because I think Forza 7, Horizon 4, Horizon 5, and this new one have all won. It's just the Forza, or it's just the racing game award. Just don't even give it to like a sports game. I think the only sports game, like to my knowledge, that has one, or actually two, there's Rocket League and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. That's it. All right, best sim/strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So we have Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. That's cool that got nominated. City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. Cool to see like that there's like a bunch of Nintendo games here. Now of these, I've only played Advance Wars, and I just recently picked up Pikmin 4, so I'm looking forward to playing it like a ton. I'm just gonna go with Pikmin 4. I don't know what it is. My gut's telling me Pikmin 4. So, yeah, I think this year Nintendo's gonna win a lot of stuff. Like, even if whether or not they win Game of the Year, I think they're gonna take home some stuff. But still, like I said, I think this year's gonna be pretty exciting because you got Pikmin and you got like Advance Wars, and you've seen like some of the other stuff that's been nominated. Like, there's some good stuff this year. Anyway, next, best family game. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. So we got Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals again, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I think, honestly, seeing Mario and Sonic here is pretty cool, but I'm still going to go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Like, say if, like, for any of these games, if you wanted to play with the family, I think the easiest one that like a whole family could play together is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Like say if it's like like a family of 4, like all of them and just playing together in harmony. Just imagine that. And I think if Super Mario Bros. Wonder is taking home something, it's definitely taking this award. All right, best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. So we got God of Rock. I don't even know what that is. Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, never heard of that one, and Street Fighter 6. Can you imagine if Tekken... I almost said Tekken 4. Imagine if Tekken 8 was in this category. Like, just imagine, like, man, this was a good year for fighting games. And it still was, because you got Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6. I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna go with Street Fighter 6. Like out of the two, like I think like Street Fighter 6 has like slightly more acclaim than Mortal Kombat 1. But I know, but people love Mortal Kombat 1. But like it's really like a toss up between those two. But I kind of feel like Street Fighter 6 is gonna take it. Next one, best RPG. I wonder what this one is gonna go to. For the best game designed with rich player customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. A lot of big words there. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. That's cool. 2 games with star in their title. Well, I think the only one that's nominated for Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm gonna go with Baldur's Gate 3. And it's this one's like guaranteed that it's gonna win because none of the other ones are nominated for Game of the Year or for much else. So, sure. Oh, I just went backwards. I keep forgetting that next goes back. That's because I'm used to it going the other way. Best action adventure game. This is usually where like a lot of like the big contenders are every year. And there definitely are some. Like I'm looking right now, and you can see it too. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So we got Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, the remake, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Ooh. Yeah, so in the past, I remember saying that, like, okay, whoever wins action adventure game is likely to win Game of the Year. And I still think that. So if I'm going by that logic, Resident Evil 4 Remake is personally my favorite game of 2023. Spoilers for Game of the Year. But I think what is a better, like, action adventure game, like, combining the two, is Zelda. I don't even like. I think it's usually just Zelda. Like if Zelda's there, then it wins. And again, that's not a bad thing because Zelda is amazing. Like from what I heard, again, I'm looking forward to playing it. Like this year was so stacked for games that I really need to catch up on some stuff. All right, best action game. No adventure here. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. So we have Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. Let's see. Well, none of these are nominated for Game of the Year. I think it's really between Hi-Fi Rush, because I know that has a lot of nominations, and Armored Core 6. Now, sometimes they don't go for, like, the one that's nominated for a lot of stuff. Like, remember last year, Bayonetta 3 was only nominated in this category, and it still won. And I think the same is true for Armored Core 6, and also because it's From Software, and, I mean, who doesn't love From Software? So, and I think if you want, like, balls-to-the-wall action, I'm going with Armored Core 6. And also because I think Hi-Fi Rush could win in a different category, which you'll see later on. Alright, next category. I'm actually breezing through these a little faster than I normally do, which is quite nice. Best VR/AR game. I don't really know what this one. For the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. So we have Gran Turismo 7, its VR mode, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil 8's VR mode, and Synapse. I could see them going with Resident Evil purely because Resident Evil 7 won in this category before. But that game was like, it had the VR like at launch, and Village it came out like later. I mean, I don't think that it'll make a difference either way. And then Horizon I could see winning just maybe because like, hey look, Horizon in VR, and that's cool. And also the entire Horizon series has not won anything yet. So this could be like the one time I could finally win something. Oh, I'm torn between, like, it's really between these two. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Horizon. Something tells me that one's gonna win. Even though it'd be cool to see Resident Evil take it and see Lady Dimitrescu as if she were real. Best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device. Well, duh. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil. I've never heard of any of these games except for Honkai Star Rail, only because it's been bombarding me in my ads. So I'm going with Honkai Star Rail. Correct me if I'm wrong about Honkai Star Rail. Was this game made by the same people who made Genshin Impact? I thought I heard that somewhere. I could be wrong. I'm sure I might be wrong, but we'll see. Best debut indie game. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. So there's a few things I've heard of, at least in this category. So we have Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder. I think this is Pizza Tower's low nomination, which is like the most egregious snub in this entire list so far. I think it's really between Cocoon and Pizza Tower, but Pizza Tower is just so hype that I'm going with Pizza Tower. And also because, again, it's its low nomination, and I think it's possible that it could win. And also, look at Peppino. We need to make Peppino happy, like, at some point. Like, because he's been on, like, a panic attack ever since, like, his restaurant was attacked, and it hasn't stopped, like, even after the tower, like, exploded. So, Pizza Tower. Alright, this one. Best Indie Game. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Excuse me. So we have Cocoon again, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. But no Pizza Tower, which is the dumbest thing. Since Pizza Tower is not here, I'm going to go with Sea of Stars on this one. Because I think it has a few nominations, and I think since it's not a debut, I think Sea of Stars is going to take it. And I've seen what this game looks like. I want to play it, honestly. Like watching the little snippets of it. It kind of reminds me of Chrono Trigger, and it has a really, really nice art style as well. That also kind of reminds me of like a Super Nintendo game. So yeah, best indie game. I'm going with Sea of Stars. Although I could see Cocoon taking this and debut indie game, but this year they might actually split it. Because usually, like, best debut indie game and indie games usually go together, but this year I feel like they're not. I don't know, we'll see. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patches. So we have Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. I don't really know for this one because I don't follow like the devs and like what they do. I'm just gonna go with Baldur's Gate 3 because those developers, Larian, they've been like just even like the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 exists in like the state that it's in just seems like Larian is like the coolest studio in the world. So Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, and also, like, I want to say this about Baldur's Gate 3. If it wins this, then expect it to win, like, a bunch of things throughout the ceremony. Again, not that that's a bad thing, but just, like, expect it, like, if it wins in this category. Best ongoing game. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Again, zero idea on this one. For this one, if we're going on like ongoing and how much the game has evolved, like as this says, then I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk, because this game was like a disaster at launch, and now they've like fixed it and it's come around, and they just released a new DLC for it. So it could be like the comeback story, just like No Man's Sky. It's funny that like No Man's Sky was in like another category. Alright, next one. Alright, games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. So we have a Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sennar. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, Terra Nil, and Venba. Again, I don't really know much. The only games I've heard of in this category are Chia and Goodbye Volcano High. Goodbye Volcano High, I hear, is not even that good of a game, like from what I've heard. And I played Chia for a little bit. It was really good, but I didn't get to play it that often, well, that much, because I had it on my PlayStation Premium, and my Premium was about to end, so I reverted back to Essentials. So I didn't get to play Chia for long, but I really liked it from what little I played. I think Terra Nil had a second nomination and had another nomination, and so did Venba. My gut's telling me to go with Venba. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Venba. Plus, I like that title, Venba, and I would recommend Chia if you wanna play that. Oh, whoops, sorry, meant to go the other way. All right, innovation and accessibility. Oh, and also one thing also about Games for Impact. Why does that have 6 nominations? And why doesn't every other category have 6 nominations? They're really inconsistent with that. Anyway, innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So we have Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. So I did do like a little bit of research on like at least most of these games with their accessibility features. The only one I didn't get to look up was, well, actually 2, Hi-Fi Rush and Diablo 4. So like when I was looking up like Mortal Kombat and like Street Fighter, they were some of the accessibility features that I like heard about was stuff for like helping out blind gamers with controlling it, like for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, they have like these little clicks that you hear when you're like closer and further away from like from the opponent, and there's like different sounds when you like attack them. It's like really cool stuff. I don't know how in depth it is because I didn't do a lot of research. The same applies to Forza. Like it also kind of has something like that for like helping people with the turns and again with like blind people with blind gamers. I'm sure there's also stuff accessibility features for all these games for maybe people who are physically disabled or mentally disabled, like for audio cues that may or like spikes in audio. So I'm probably not like am like the most cut out to be like judging all these games. So in my mind, I usually just pick the game that has that's the most high profile game out of all of these. So in that context, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2, and I think this could be the one award it can take, and Insomniac could finally win a Game Award because they've been gone Game Award-less for a long time. I keep going the wrong way. I'm sorry. Okay, Best Performance is the next one. I think this one also has 6. Yeah, there's 6 here. There's 6, I almost said. Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. So we have Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, Melanie Laburde, I hope I said that right, for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Spider-Man 2. Now you can only assume that like all of these guys and gals are all for main characters. I don't know why their character isn't listed, which is kind of weird. I mean, like, and also I don't know why for Cameron, like, it almost looks like, actually, it kind of looks like Cal in that picture. For this one, I'm kind of gonna, man, it's getting me stumped. Like, I'm stumped beyond belief. I'm gonna go with Neil Newbon because I've heard a lot of great stuff about like his character Asterion. So I'm just gonna go with him. Although I could see Melanie Laburde winning because Saga Anderson I've heard is a great character as well, and her performance is great in it as well. So I think it's really between these two, and I would like to see Yuri win, but I feel like he's not going to. Maybe in a future Spider-Man 3. We'll see. All right, I think we're almost done. We just have a few more categories to go. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. So we have Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. Now, can I just say kudos to Dead Space for getting nominated? I know this is its only nomination, but still, that's a cool nomination. A part of me kind of wants to go with Alan Wake, just because, like, watching gameplay, those guns sounded amazing. But I could also say the same thing for Resident Evil 4. And I don't think Resident Evil 4 got nominated for much. And I think this could be the one award that it takes home. And because I've been streaming Resident Evil 4, and I've always been complimenting those guns and how they sound, and not just the guns, like how much they pack a punch. It's also like, say when like you kill a Plagas, and when they explode, they make like these like gross sloshy sounds. Like it sounds great. A lot of horror games nominated in this category. That's cool, because I feel like horror games don't get like a lot of like recognition in terms of their sound design. So even if it doesn't go to Resident Evil and it goes to like Alan Wake, I wouldn't be upset about it. All right, next one, best score in music. For outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. So we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Composed by Nintendo Sound Team. That's weird. They don't even bother to like credit the actual like composers. Just Nintendo Sound Team. Let's see. Oh yeah, remember what I said earlier that I was gonna predict Hi-Fi Rush for one award? I think it's gonna be this one, because Hi-Fi Rush is like, that game it's partly a rhythm game, so the music has to carry that game in some way. So Hi-Fi Rush it is. Although it would also be cool to see like Zelda win, because like the opening for Tears of the Kingdom, from what I heard for the music, great stuff. I'm sure these games also have great music. I just haven't listened to them. Like, not yet, at least. Our best art direction. For outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So we have Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Now, art direction is a category that I suck at predicting. Like, last year, I think I predicted Horizon Forbidden West or Stray. Actually, no, I think I predicted Stray to win, and Elden Ring won. And the year before, I predicted it was either Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart or Kena Bridge of Spirits for art direction, and Deathloop won. So take my prediction here with a grain of salt. I could see Alan Wake taking this one purely because Remedy won in this category before for Control, and that game looked amazing. And even like this, like the use of red in Alan Wake is like something else. But if we're going by artistic design, like creative, then I'm going with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, or like Zelda or something. I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because again, I played it recently. Not trying to go off of recency bias or anything, but like the thing that I mentioned, like when like me and my friend were playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder, was that we just kept like talking about how beautiful the game looked, and so I'm going with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and with all like the wonder effects that are in that game, like it's like makes it even more insane and definitely creative. All right, almost there. 3 more categories. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a development in a game. So we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3. Are you seeing a pattern with these two? Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. Ooh, it's between these 3 for sure. I don't think these 2 have a chance. I don't know, because I feel like I need to give one thing to Alan Wake. Although it could definitely just go to Baldur's Gate 3 and just be at that. For this one, this will be my one thing that I'll predict for Alan Wake 2. I think this could be the one year where they finally give one award to each of the Game of the Year nominees. So, and plus, with how insane Alan Wake is, like, for being like a horror game, I'm going with Alan Wake. And because the game is kind of about like Alan Wake, the writer, and the things that he does throughout the game. So, let's see. I think we're at best game direction, right? Yeah, best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, again, you're seeing a pattern, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, this is a category that I really don't understand what they mean by game direction and, like, I guess, like, creative vision and innovation. I mean, I get, like, the innovation part, but some of this I just don't really get. I guess if I'm going, like, creative vision, I would go, like, Mario or Zelda. But if I'm going off of innovation, then I'm going to go with Baldur's Gate 3. I think maybe this year they could maybe split best game direction and game of the year, which is kind of a spoiler for my prediction for game of the year. It's kind of like with the Oscars sometimes, where like they'll give best director to like for this movie, but they'll give best picture to a different movie. I think maybe I could see that happening this year, although I could very well be wrong. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game of the year. Now you just look at that lineup and you just see like, wow. All right, here we go. Game of the year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. And your 2023 Game of the Year nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. What a fantastic lineup. Like, not a single bad game in sight here. Like, you don't have a PUBG or like an Assassin's Creed Odyssey here, like, or like what else? Like those are the ones that just come to my mind. But yeah, there's not a single like out of place game here at all. Like, I love this lineup. Now, like I said, Resident Evil 4 personally is my game of the year of 2023, but I don't think it's going to win. With how little it got nominated, it's not going to win. And Spider-Man 2, also likely not going to win. Especially since the Game Awards barely even haven't given Insomniac anything. So, these two are out. I feel like it really comes down to Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Zelda. And I think it's really, like, if I'm going like realistically speaking, I don't think it's going to be Mario or Alan Wake. So that leaves Zelda and Baldur's Gate. Ooh. Let's see, because these two are like legitimately like, I think the highest rated games of the year. So like, well, I think I kind of spoiled it earlier. I think Baldur's Gate is like, I think it probably will win Game of the Year and maybe even should win. But my pick for Game of the Year of 2023 is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I don't even have like a speech for like a big speech this time. It's just like, I don't know, my gut this time is telling me that Zelda's going to win. Because this year, I'm not nearly as confident on my vote for Game of the Year as I was last year. Because last year, I was just like, oh yeah, it's Elden Ring. No question about it. Like, this year, like, I could actually see any of these games winning. Because that's how good of a lineup this is. When you can, like successfully say that, like, well, not successfully. When you could say that, like, you could see any of these games winning, that kind of speaks to the quality of, like, all of these games. Even if, like, my pick is Zelda, I wouldn't be mad if any of these games win. And it just kind of shows that 2023, like, was a fantastic year for gaming. One thing I will say is I wish the indie games got some love, especially for, like, Pizza Tower being nominated for more. Like, how the hell did it not get nominated for Best Music or, like, Best Indie Game? But whatever. But yeah, there was some irritating snubs, but yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens this year. But yeah, so stay tuned for when I'll be streaming the Game Awards on December 7th when they go live. And we'll just have a fun time. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments. And yeah, that is it. So thank you all for watching the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe. And next video is, I'm not sure what it's going to be. You'll see in the next couple of days, or tomorrow. I have no idea. And feel free to follow me on social media. Links will be in the description. And see you when we see, hopefully, all of these games take home at least one award in some form or fashion. Or we could just predict our own awards and just be completely wrong together. So shock the world and us, amiibros. Goodbye!